Everyone, I am Monica from IELTS 9. Let's do one more reading. That reading name is yawning. So you must be understanding what is the meaning of this yawning. So don't try to read anything from the reading passage, or if you want to read, you want to understand something that what is about this reading passage, so you can read these lines. So before paragraphs, before actual paragraphs, so some introduction will be there in one or two sentences. Okay, so here how and why we yarn still presents problem for researchers in an area which has only recently been opened up to study. It means it is a kind of research study kind of reading passage is this. So you can see the date also on this exam, on this date. So this reading was part of IELTS exam. So for this readings, you here we can see fill in the blanks, but with the help of help box. So we will be finding the answers from here, but we have to opt it from these options. Okay, so second type of question we have here, multiple choice question. Now next is yes, no, no, not given. Okay, so definitely I will start my reading from first type of question, that is fill in the blanks. Okay, so let's start it. So first let's read the instructions. As I already told you, complete the summary below using list of words A to K. Write the correct letter A to K in boxes 1 to 6 on your answer sheet. So for this full paragraph from here to here, uh, they have given one title for this paragraph, provides early findings on yawns. Okay, so now it is clear. Of course, first type of question it is there, so we will start finding the answers for from first paragraph only. So side by side, please do practice with me, because I am showing on the left side reading passage, and on the right side definitely you can see the question and answers questions, and we have to fill it with that. So it is easy to do practice with me. You can pause the video while I am finding the answers. Okay, that's clear. And of course you can do subscription, like, and have positive comment in the comment section at the end. Let's do and let's improve your IELTS reading band scores from 6 to 8 plus band scores. Okay, so let's read how to find answers for fill in the blanks. So first of all, whatever the blank is given, the words before blank and after the blank, these are also very important to find the correct answers. But how to find the location of this sentence? For that we need to find, we will read the sentence and understand it, and definitely we will come out with one or two keywords. Those keywords will take us to the location. I will tell you how. So when you will be doing paper based reading as well as computer based, when you are reading the question statement, please do underline some keywords, like through his observation of who. Observation, it means this is person's name. Provides early finding on yawns. This is clear. Astrope comma is there. It means this person, through his observation of yawns, Provine was able to confirm that do not exist. Something do not exist means there is nothing, like something would be there. Okay, so here we can read all the options. Form and function: long yawns, seconds, fixed action pattern, 68 seconds, short yawns, reflex, sneeze, short duration, 6 seconds, and half yawn. Okay. Through his observation of yawns, Provine was able to confirm that that does not exist. Let's read first paragraph. When Robert Provine began studying yawning in this, and it was difficult for him to convince research students of the merits of yawning science. Although it may appear quirky to some, Provine's decision to study yawn was a logical extension of his research development of neuroscience. Throughout his observation of yawn, Provine was able to confirm that. So in this paragraph, nothing had given. So how this person had started studying about yawning in 1960s, and he initially it was difficult for him to convince his students. Okay, now let's read next paragraph. The verb to yawn is derived from Old English genuine, okay, meaning to gap or open wide. But in addition to gaping jaws, yawning has significant features that are easy to observe and analyze. Provide collected yawns to study by using a variation of, okay. He asked people to think about yawning, and once they begin, okay, here also no location about this first sentence. Let's move to next paragraph. Okay, so if here this paragraph we have read, he asked people to think about yawning once they begin to yawn, to depress a button that would record from start of the yawn to exhalation at its end. Okay, nothing is related with first sentence, first number question. Okay, so next, just like a dash. So I'm leaving this question just like a dash. Okay, something just like a dash. It means some example kind of thing will be there. Yawns cannot be interrupted after they have begun. Okay, just like that. Some example is comparing with yawns. Cannot be interrupted after they begin. This is because yawns occur as a dash. Yawns occur as a dash rather than a stimulus response, as was previously thought. Previously thought here means okay, just like means example they are talking, and here previously thought means early thinking and all. So Provine's early discoveries can be summarized as follows. The yawn is highly stereotyped but not invariant in its duration and form. Okay. Duration. Are they talking duration? It is an excellent example of the instinct example, just like a dash. It is an excellent example of the instinct fixed action pattern of classical animal behavior or study. It is not a reflex, again, short duration, rapid proportional response to simple. But once started, I think this is difficult kind of fill in the blanks. A yawn progresses with the inevitability of it. Okay, once started. So once started. So instead of started, they have used the word here begin. It means this is paraphrasing they have done. But once started, a yawn progresses with the inevitability of a sneeze. A is also there, so they are comparing this sneeze with yawn. So just like a sneeze, so sneeze is given, yes, H number, it is given H here, I will mark it here, H. Yawns cannot be interrupted after they have begun. So correct sentence, we have found it. Okay. What about next? This is because yawns occur as a dash rather than a stimulus response, occur as a rush. So previously thought word early discoveries, I think they are talking about past thinking and all. Can be summarized. The yawn is highly stereotyped but not invariant in its. It is an excellent example of the instinct fixed action. Okay, this is because yawns occur as a fixed action pattern. Word is given. See this here. It is given fixed action pattern rather than a stimulus response, as was previously thought. So here D we can mark it. Okay. So they have. If you know the meaning of this word, then definitely you can find it. Otherwise, it may difficult for you to find this. But yes, while reading this sentence, D is coming, so you can match it or guess it like that. Okay, in fourth number, in measuring the time, so time somewhere they were talking about duration and form. It means this is till here sneeze we have already read. In measuring the time taken to yawn, Provine found that a typical yawn lasts about, okay, typical yawn last about, okay, the standard yawn means standard is typical, runs its course over about 6 seconds on an average. So here in measuring the time taken to yawn, Provine found that a typical yawn lasts about 6 seconds, we can write. So runs its course over about 6 seconds. So 6 seconds, 68 seconds is given, and 6 seconds we can mark it here J number. Okay, in answer sheet, you will be writing these alphabets, not a full word. Don't try to write it like that. If some help box is there for filling the blanks, you have to write only alphabets. So J will come. He also found that it is a common for people to yawn a number of times in quick succession, with the yawns usually being around apart. Okay. Yes. So he also found common for people to yawn a number of times, but its duration can range from about 3 seconds to much longer than the average. There are no half yawns. There are no half yawns. So first question says Provine was able to confirm. So all paragraph, full paragraph is about what Provine has given something told about this sneeze and yawn and all. So he was able to confirm that half yawns. So half yawn word is here in K number. So here K word will come. Do not exist means there are no half yawns. Okay. Now coming to fifth number, as I told you, number of times people to yawn a number of times in quick succession, with the yawns usually being around apart. Okay, there are no half yawns. This is an example of the typical intensity of fixed action pattern. Fixed action pattern above was also there, and a reason why you can't stifle yawns, just like a cough, just like a, but cough word is not given here. If somebody is if some student is having a doubt, just like a cough, so here we can't write cough because cough option is not there. Just like a cough, yawns can come in bouts with a highly variable inter-yawn interval, which is generally about 68 seconds, but rarely more than 70. Okay, a round word is also there. See this, usually means this is given generally, and as I told you, words before blank and after, they are also helpful in finding the answer. So generally means usually, about being around 68 seconds will come. 68-second option is given, so it is uh, a E number will come. Okay, now next, when studying weather, length and rate. Okay, length and rate, somewhere length and rate. Okay, so frequency and duration. So length and rate were connected province. Okay, this sentence is finished now. Now next sentence is started. Province concluded that people who yawn less do not necessarily produce dash to make up for. Let me shift the page just a minute. So last sentence we were reading it. He concluded that people who yawn less do not necessarily produce dash to make up for this. Okay. So here we were doing, there is no relation between yawn frequency and duration. Producers of short or long yawns, long yawn word is here, short yawn is also there. So do not compensate by yawning more or less often. Furthermore, Provine's hypothesis about the form and function of yawning can be tested by informative yawn variant, which can be used to look at the roles of the nose. Okay. So we can guess. Province concluded that people who yawn less do not necessarily produce dash to make up for this. Okay. Form and function will not come. Long yawns, seconds, short yawns, seconds, half yawn, sneeze, reflex. Reflex can't come. Either long yawns or short yawns. So short yawns who yawn less, but short yawns that doesn't, meaning is not matching with, so I can leave it. You can always text me in the comment section for question number 6, whether long yawn or short yawn, what will come here. Now coming to multiple choice question, how to do multiple choice question in IELTS reading. So always just give uh, make your own strategy, how to follow, how to solve multiple choice question. It's important, do not try to read all options first, because almost every option will be described in the paragraph, so then you will be confused. Always try to understand the question statement, try to understand the demand of the question statement, what the statement is asking you. On the basis of that, first you read the question statement and come out with one or two keywords. Those keywords will take us to the location in the paragraph, and then definitely uh, uh, try to read whatever it is given. Try to find the sentence structure, same sentence structure, and in the same sentence you can get the option also. All options will be explained in the reading in the paragraph, but whatever the sentence is coming out true, that will be the answer. All three answers will be false here. Just try to understand in this way also. So choose the correct letter A, B, C or D. It means we need to select one option. So write the correct letter in boxes 7 to 11 on your answer sheet. Okay, let's read first statement, seventh number. What did Provine conclude from his closed nose yawn? So this is in inverted comma. So closed your nose yawn it is given. So it means everything will be here in this paragraph, not here in this. Okay. So so you can see first 2 3 paragraphs were related with first fill in the blanks, and then MCQ will be here in these next paragraphs. So what did Provine conclude from his closed nose yawn experiment? So his conclusion, and let me shift the paragraphs so that we can see full paragraph. So here this paragraph we will be reading because this inverted comma it is given in question statement, and for this experiment what Provine concluded. Subjects are asked to pinch their nose closed when they feel themselves start to yawn. Okay. Subjects means the persons or the students or any common people on which they are doing some experiments. They are known as here subjects. Okay. Most subjects report being able to perform perfectly normal closed yawns. This indicates that means result the inhalation at the onset of a yawn and the exhalation at its end need not involve the nostril. The mouth provides a sufficient way. Means need not. They do not need nostrils, nose. The mouth provides a sufficient airways. Okay. Ending a yawn requires use of nostrils. So here ending a yawn does not require nostril. It is clearly given, need not require. So means this is wrong option. You can yawn without breathing through your nose. You can yawn without breathing through your nose. How? You can yawn without breathing. Uh, That inhalation at the onset of yawn and exhalation at its end need not involve the nostril. The mouth provides a sufficient airway. You can yawn without breathing through your nose. Okay, yes, you can yawn, yes, without breathing through your nose means without using your nose. So I think yes, it is clearly given here. Mouth provides a sufficient airway. You can breathe. Exhalation, inhalation means you can breathe without breathing through your nose. So this is perfect. This is answer correct. Breathing, let's read other options. So breathing through the nose produces a silent, so silent kind of thing. It was not explained. The role of the nose in yawning needs further investigation. This further investigation also it is not given. So this is also wrong. So answer will be B number. Let's read 8th number question. Here on this page, I can see here two questions, 8th and 9th. Okay, so 7th question we have done and B option was there. Now next 8th question we will read. Provides clenched teeth yawns experiment. Clenched. So in earlier paragraph it was nose closed yawn experiment was there. But here he is talking about Provides clenched teeth yawn. So it will be in this paragraph what this experiment shows. Okay, we will not read any option first. Let's read. Subjects are asked to clench their teeth when they feel themselves start to yawn, but allow themselves to inhale normally through open lips and clenched teeth. Okay. This variant gives one sensation of being stuck mid-yawn. This shows that gapping of the jaws is an essential. Gapping of the jaws, this shows means experiment shows is an essential component of the fixed action pattern of yawn, and unless it is accomplished, the program will not run to completion. The yawn is also shown to be more than a deep breath because unlike normal breathing, inhalation and exhalation cannot be performed so well through the clenched teeth as through the nose. Okay. Okay, nose also and clenched teeth also. So what is option? Yawning is unconnected with fatigue. So fatigue kind of thing, it is not given like that. A yawn is equivalent to a deep intake of the breath. Is equivalent of a deep intake of the breath. Okay, you have to be able to open your mouth wide to yawn. Okay, you have to be able to open wide mouth. The yawn is also shown to be more than a deep breath, because unlike normal breathing, inhalation cannot be performed so well through. Okay, breathing with the teeth together is as efficient as through the nose. Okay, breathing with the teeth together is as efficient through the, so this comparison is not given for D number. It is also now confusion between B and C. Yawn is equivalent, means equal of a deep intake. So deep intake, deep breath is given. Yawn is also shown to be more than a deep breath. It means it is not exact thing. Is equivalent of a deep, means here it is saying more than a deep breath. It means this is not equal. And you have to be able to open your mouth wide to yawn. So C will come here. Gapping of the jaws is an essential component of fixed action. So gapping of the jaws, here I'm closing my jaws. Now if I open, means gapping of the jaws. So it means C will come. Ninth, the nose yawn experiment was test to whether yawning. Okay, this is nose yawn experiment is there. Let's read it. This variant tests the adequacy of the nasal airway to sustain a yawn. So this variant tests the adequacy of the nasal airway to sustain a yawn. The nose yawn experiment was used to test, yes, in first sentence it is given, because here ninth question is not demanding to give a result. So here he is asking you, the nose yawn experiment was used to test whether yawning test, what the test is showing, test the adequacy of the nasal airway to sustain a yawn. Unlike normal breathing, which can be performed equally well through mouth or nose, yawning is impossible via nasal inhalation alone. Okay, so they are testing about nasal airway. Can be stopped after it has started. I don't think so. It is given like that. Is the result of motor programming. Involves both inhalation and exhalation. Can be accomplished only through nose. Can be. So here it is given, yawning is impossible via nasal inhalation alone. It means D is also wrong. Can be accomplished. Here it is given can be accomplished only through the nose. But here it is given yawning is impossible via nasal inhalation alone. It means C will come. Is the result of motor programming. I can't see this word. So it means C will come with ninth number. Now 10th question number. Let's read this 10th number question. In people paralyzed. Okay, paralyzed word we will find on one side because of the brain damage. Okay, brain damage also we will, these two words will take us to the location, and we will not read any option first. So let's find paralyzed and brain damage. So this paragraph also we have done, this also we have done, but half paragraph we have done. Okay, let's find this paralyzed and brain damage. No, here it is not. So let's move to next page. Sorry, next paragraph. Just a minute. Okay, so let's read it. Narrow, close your eyes, tears. I am looking for these two words: brain damage and paralyzed. Yawning and together global motor complex. Okay, so here also brain word is brain damage in the last line. Okay, let me shift the page. So here in this paragraph we have got this brain damage word. Okay, paralyzed word is also there. So people paralyzed on one side because of brain damage. Okay, so because of brain damage. Okay, yawn stretch linkage occurs in many people paralyzed on one side of their body because of brain damage caused by stroke. The prominent British neurologist noted in 1923 that when these people yawn, they are startled and mystified to observe that their otherwise paralyzed arm rises and flexes automatically. Okay, so he is giving explanation when these kinds of patients are there. So what will happen? They are startled and mystified to observe that their otherwise paralyzed arm rises and flexes automatically in what neurologists term as associated response. So associated response means response is associated related with each other. So yawning apparently activates undamaged, unconsciously controlled connections between the brain and motor system, okay, causing the paralyzed limb to move, okay. It is not known whether the associated response is a positive prognosis or for recovery. So it is not known for his recovery or nor whether yawning is therapeutic or for prevention of muscular deterioration. Okay, so let's read all options. Yawning may involve only one side of the face. So this was not explained like that, only one side of the face. No, the yawning response indicates the recovery is likely. No, so recovery word was here, so it is clearly given. It is not known whether the associated response word is here. No, recovery. Recovery is here. Associated response is a positive for recovery. So it is not related with that. It is not known actually. The yawning response indicates recovery is likely. So this is also wrong. Recovery word is also there. Yawning response is also there. But they are saying opposite information. Movement in paralyzed arm. Movement word was there. Move. Yes, it is move. So I think yawning apparently activates. Apparently activates means it is clearly explained. Undamaged, unconsciously controlled connections between the brain and motor system causing the paralyzed limb to move. Some movement will be there. Movement in paralyzed arm is stimulated by yawning. Means stimulated means development by or encouraged by yawning. So I think C will come. Let's read D also. Yawning can be caused as an example to prevent no muscle wasting. So here for last sentence is saying no option. It is not known whether recovery will be there nor whether yawning is therapeutic for prevention of muscular waste or deterioration. So both the options are wrong. So C will come here. So let's do last question. In the last paragraph, the writer concludes that yawning is a sign. No. Options we will not read. And I think this is last paragraph. Provine speculated that in general yawning may have many functions and selecting a single. So in the last paragraph, the writer concludes. What writer has concluded? This is last paragraph. Speculated that in general yawning may have many functions. Selecting a single function from the available options may be unrealistic goal. Yawning appears to be associated with a change of behavioral state. Okay, this is the actual thing they are discussing. They are asking in. The writer concludes that appears to be associated with a change of behavioral state, switching from one activity to another. Yawning is also a reminder that ancient and unconscious behavior linking us to the animal world lurks beneath the veneer of culture, rationality, and language. Okay. So associated with a change of behavioral state. Okay. Yawning is a sign of boredom. Boredom word is not there. Yawn is spite of the development of our species. Yawn is spite development of our species. This is also I don't think so. Yawning is more passive activity than we imagine. Okay, let's read the last option also. We are stimulated to yawn when our brain activity is low. We are stimulated to yawn when our brain activity is low. Behavioral state than we imagine. Associated with a change of passive activity. I think we are stimulated to yawn when our brain activity is low. Appears to be associated with a change. Yes, C, D will come, I think. Stimulated here means appears to be associated with a change of behavioral state. Switching from one activity to another means when our brain is low, at that time we are having yawn and all. So D will come here. So let's do next question. So let's do yes, no, not given questions also. So you should read and understand the instructions, why it is yes, why it is no, and when it will be not given. So it's all about like how we are doing true, false, not given. But one thing you should remember every time whenever you are doing answering, you're writing the answer in the answer sheet. Instead of yes, many students they write true, they write false. So that in that situation, your answer will be wrong. So same, we will how to do yes, no, not given in IELTS reading. So first we will read the question statement. These are the question statement and information we will get in the paragraphs. So research students were initially reluctant to appreciate the value of provine study. So where we will get this information? In the last paragraphs, I don't think so they are discussing. So research students were initially reluctant, not accepting, or so they were criticizing something, you can say. They were having shy, you can say, to appreciate the value of provine study. I think we should go to first number paragraph here. Yes, so students they are talking. When Robert Provine began studying yawning in this, it was difficult for him to convince research students. So research student word is here, you can see research students of the merits of yawning science. So research students were initially reluctant to appreciate the value of Provine studies. So tell me whether it is yes or no or not given. Everything it is given. Only paraphrasing kind of thing they have given. Instead of saying it was difficult for Mr. Provine to convince students, so they have given research students were initially reluctant to appreciate the value of Provine study. Meaning is coming out same for both the things, information and statement. So it means this is yes. 13th, when fetus yawn and stretch, they are learning how to control movement. So this fetus is kind of thing, nowhere it was in the paragraph, in the passage in fact. So we have gone through full passage, nothing was given. So in that directly not given. Now yes also has come, not given also has come. So it means this must be no. But yes, we are making video. So definitely we will try to find the location of this question and try to find whether it is true, yes, no, or not given. According to Provine, referring to only one function is probably inadequate to explain why people yawn. Okay. Uh, According to Provine, referring to only one function is probably inadequate to explain why people yawn. Okay. According to Yawn, referring to only one function is probably definitely, although it may appear quirky to some, Provine's decision to study yawning was a logical extension of his research. So referring to only one function is is probably inadequate to explain why people yawn, according to Provine. One function may quickly to some province decision to study was a logical extension of his research. Okay, here they are explaining the meaning of here we can read it from here. Provine collected yawns to study by using a variation. He asked people to think about yawning and yawn too. Okay, Provine's early discovery can be summarized. The yawn is highly stereotyped but not invariant in its duration. Referring to only one function. So I don't think so. Study by using a variation of response people to think about. I think I will mark it no.